Broadcasting from an undisclosed location under a farm pond somewhere in the Midwest. Your host is Jim Crowley. This is Slickfish Radio. Welcome to another edition of Slickfish Radio. I can see some of you people are coming on already. Look forward to talking with you in a little bit. We're going to have a great guest tonight. We have, as you can see right there, we have Thayne Jensen from Blackfish. So we're going to talk about some really cool stuff with him tonight. And but before we get to that, let me press a couple of the right buttons here, and then we'll be in good shape. All right, there we go right there. All right. So glad you all are joining us tonight. And I want to get some of the weather is finally here. It's still crummy. I mean, it is crummy, 25, 30 mile an hour winds here in the central part of Illinois, but there is hope on the horizon. I think my new boat's going to be done next week, and I'm ready to get out and do some fishing. Before we get into the show, we're also going to do a giveaway tonight. So those of you that are chiming in, and don't be shy tonight, make sure that you chime in. If you got some comments, you got some questions, I do have a question for you. And you're going to be able to win a Blackfish hat tonight. And I'm probably going to throw in something else like I always do. So I'm going to tell you this ahead of time before we get to the interview and before we get to the break in mid-show. So if you want to win a Blackfish hat tonight, what I want you to do, I want you to go to blackfishgear.com and you're going to answer this question. There's 4 types of apparel that Blackfish offers. And I'll give you a hint. The answer is going to be somewhere near the top of the page. 4 types of apparel that Blackfish offers. If you answer somewhere during the show the correct answer, or right after the show, I will pick a name, and you are going to win a Blackfish hat, plus probably something else from me. So before we get into this, like I said, our guest tonight is Thayne Jensen from Blackfish. I do want to thank some of our sponsors tonight. American Tackle Company. Hi, guys, clicking in. Hi, Neil. How you doing there? American Tackle Company got some great stuff coming out with them around ICAST. That's going to be fun. Explore La Crosse. I cannot wait till the weather gets warmer so we can head back up to La Crosse. I love it there. Oh, my favorite store in the entire planet, Shields. I love Shields in Springfield, Illinois. Probably going to be making another trip down there soon. And we are powered, as always, by Dakota Lithium. So glad to have them on. A couple of their anglers, Brock Mosley, did real good in a tournament again this past weekend. So congratulations to him. And without further ado, I want to bring in our guest tonight, Mr. Thayne Jensen from Blackfish Gear. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Jim. How's it going?
Good. Hey, you and I, especially you, have been on the road a lot. So I bet you are kind of happy to be in your own house, in your own bed tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. It's been kind of a whirlwind. Ton of fun. Got to see and hang out with a bunch of cool people and talk some pretty awesome Blackfish gear along the way. So it's been fun.
You know, and Blackfish is getting really huge from the Midwest to the East Coast, and especially that Wisconsin, Minnesota, and heading that way. And hey, Jeremiah Burst just commented. Hi, Jeremiah. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Jeremiah.
So he just tuned in tonight. And you guys started, what's the history of Blackfish? I know it started around 5 years ago. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, thank you. It all started off basically, no secret, right? Clam Outdoors, parent company of Blackfish, 2 separate companies, but the same people work on both brands. What uniquely happened, rather not uniquely actually, was our ice anglers, needed something for the summertime. And the reality of it is we just didn't have anything. No one wants to wear their ice summer gear when it's summer. So we searched long and hard to come up with materials and develop, rainwear, as well as, high-end rainwear, some soft shell stuff, as well as, like a UPF shirt. All of those things at that time, at that moment, we saw an opportunity within the market space. That opportunity, has now blossomed into a very, very vigorous, market space with lots of good competition and a lot of great brands out there. But we were thinking ahead a little bit and kind of got a little bit ahead of the curve. And, the Blackfish name is unique because once again, we didn't want to be a Me Too company with Me Too products. We said, we're not doing it until we can find products that are unique to the market. So we're the Blackfish of the industry, if you will.
Yeah, kind of like I was at family gatherings. That's great. The neat thing about it is, and after, touring the facility and talking with more people in Minnesota there, when we came up to see you guys, everybody there fishes. And, and that's what I thought was you guys really developed products for anglers by anglers. One of my favorite things that you guys have is the event technology. And I have that in the rain jacket that I have. And I thought that was really cool how it actually wicks water away from your body, but the pores are small enough so you still stay 100% dry. And that's not a spray on, that's a fabric. So you can wash this stuff as much as you want. And I know that's been a big hit for you guys, hasn't it?
Absolutely, Jim. I mean, like I said, in trying to bring something different to the market space, it was a matter of researching materials. And what's super cool about Event in our two higher end suits, the Endure suit, that Endure suit is a heavier weight Event material. The Aspire suit gets a little closer to like a packable weight rain suit. Mm-hmm. It's like nothing else out there, or at least it wasn't at the time. So once we found that material, we knew we had a winner. And I would encourage those of you that are hitting the website looking for the answers, take some time and look up that Event technology that we talk about on there. But it is truly revolutionary, and it comes in different weights.
Yep.
Weights that are heavier than even our Endure suit. I would say that Endure suit of ours is going to be for the angler that's chasing the ice off the lakes in the spring, as well as trying to race to the end. You know what I mean? In the fall, you're chasing that ice. Like you wake up tomorrow and you might not get on the water. So that's what that's all about. The Aspire suit, that's a little lighter weight Event material, and that's going to be more for your typical summertime angler.
Yeah, and that's the one I have. What I like about it is I can still put sweatshirts or stuff underneath it.
Oh, absolutely.
And it blocks the wind. It keeps me cool, keeps me dry, keeps me warm and dry. Because as a great outer layer like that, I can put the base layer on or anything else. One thing I do want to talk about while I'm thinking about it is one of my jackets, one of my favorite ones. Is a Zenith jacket, and some more people are clicking on here. Hi, Nicholas, how you doing? By the way, just so you guys know, we are giving away a Blackfish hat tonight, and the question you need to answer, you have to go to Blackfish Gear, okay? You have to go to blackfishgear.com, and there's 4 types of apparel that they offer. Like I said, I'm kind of giving this away. It's right up at the top of the page. You don't have to go far, but go to blackfishgear.com, find the 4 types of apparel that they offer, put it on the questions here, put it on the comments here, or sometime during or after the show, and you're probably going to win a hat. So the first one I get with the right answer, I'm just going to pick it. So there you go. I wanted to talk about the Zenith jacket. And the reason I like that so much, both my cameraman and I have one of those. And if you guys are on the website right now, go and check that thing out. It uses something they call thermal snare technology, where you have a fleece that's bonded to an outer shell layer. One, it's extremely warm. I could not, because the jacket is not that heavy. That had to be, if not a breakthrough, it had to be one of your top sellers, because that is one extremely comfortable jacket.
Absolutely. The Zenith jacket, super duper warm and comfortable. Some soft shells can be very stiff and whatnot, but yeah, with that bonded fleece thermal snare liner in there, absolutely super warm, windproof. I mean, we all know if you can keep the wind off you, that's half the battle, right? And then just that little bit of thermal fleece or thermal snare fleece lining in there. To be honest, it's all I wear in the winter. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've kind of changed it up a little bit now, but I'm guessing we're going to get to that, right, Jim?
Yeah, there's some other stuff that's coming. I got some more people coming in. Landon, hi. AJ, how you doing? Oh, look at that. We already got a winner. We already got a winner. Hey, rainwear, soft shells, UPF wear, and casual wear. AJ Hack, you're winning yourself a Blackfish hat, dude.
AJ, nice job, my man.
we didn't even get to the break. So I'll tell you what, guys, I'll figure out another question. Somebody's going to win a Jim Crowley Outdoors hat tonight too. But AJ, you got the hat. I'll get your information. And no, we got another one. Nicholas just came on. Storm Shield Ranger, UPF, and Soft Shells. All right, you guys are pretty quick tonight. I will tell you, we didn't even make it to the break, and you guys are doing this. I love you for it. But AJ, I'll get your information later, and we'll have Blackfish send you a hat. And Nicholas, thanks, but just a little slow on the trigger there, buddy. But I'm glad you're chiming in. Thanks for that. We do have something new to announce, and I'm really excited about this. And Thayne is wearing it now. We Blackfish have collaborated with Prime One Camo, my absolute favorite camo on the planet. Look at that. And I'll tell you what, Thayne, why don't you talk about it, because there's a lot. This is pretty cool what's going to be going forward.
So Jim, thanks. Prime One, we partnered with Prime One Camo on a handful of different patterns and line items that we're gonna be using and incorporating into more and more of our Blackfish product, just in an effort to kind of spice things up, be a little more trendy, catch the eye a little bit. And I think they're just pretty cool looking. I mean, I'm wearing the blue one now. This thing is just sick. You probably haven't seen a lot of it out there in the public yet, but I can assure you, I did hear rumblings that some of this product is at Shields already. What I can also tell you is that more is certainly coming. You'll start to see more and more of this stuff popping up at your local Blackfish gear retailers. And we're just super excited for the partnership and where this could take us, and some of these crazy cool designs. Doesn't look too bad even on a 50-year-old.
Hey, now wait a second. I'm older than you, and I wear it all the time.
See, we're cool.
Hey,
we're the cool kids.
That's right. Mark Dyer just chimed in. He said that Blackfish camo pattern looks great. Well, if you guys go to the website right now, I'm going to show you a little something here real quick, what some of it looks like. So we may be muted for a second, but I'm going to show you some of this right See, this is actually when we were at the Blackfish factory, and check it out. These are a couple of the patterns that are going to be offered in gaiters and in shirts. Just some pretty cool stuff. So it's some neat stuff coming. Before we go to the break, I do want to talk to you about something. And we don't talk that much about it. I wanted to bring a gator on tonight to show these guys, but unfortunately it's green, so it blends out with my green screen. But one of the things I really like, guys, for you guys who are commenting, when you go to the Blackfish gear site, everybody likes the neck gaiters. But I think Blackfish has the one that I've seen that is different than everybody else's. And it actually comes down over the front of your neck where your shirt would be open, and actually hangs down over the back. So even if you have a shirt that doesn't have a hoodie, you are completely 100% protected from the sun. And I know some of you out there like me have had a shirt on before, didn't have the hoodie on it, and you get that burn mark right around your neck. And that can hurt because that's a really sensitive, exposed area that can be exposed all day long. When did you guys come up with that thing? When did you, because that is to me, that's one of my favorite design things that you guys have.
So in all honesty, that was a redesign last spring. We had an event, and we were out, and it was a high sun day, and a bunch of us were wearing that particular the old design neck gaiter, and doggone it if a bunch of folks didn't. They're like, all of a sudden they had this little strip across the back of their neck that was just fried, and you just didn't know what was happening. So they tried. It just wasn't getting the coverage that we thought it was getting. So a complete redesign on that from our designer, Sean, and we're back in business. And like you said, it kind of flaps over on both the front and the back, kind of rides up over your collarbones there. So it's not just around your neck. And I think people are going to dig it. I'm not a big gaiter guy personally. Mm-hmm. I'm a hoodie guy, but that's just me.
Yeah, and I like the hoodies a lot too. But if I was going to wear a gaiter, and I will be wearing that one, I'm going to wear one that's going to work. It works like that. Here's somebody that we both know that just chimed in.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's Craig Storms.
Oh no.
See, I know. I have the same. I got nervous. I got nervous. Hey, Mark Dyer just chimed in, and Mark, I'm going to tell you the answer is yes. He said any gloves starting to look for finger protection while keeping the fish stink to a minimum. Mark, you go to blackfishgear.com and look up gloves. And I order an extra large for myself. They do fit form. I usually tell people if they want a pair of gloves, order one size bigger than what they think they should get. I don't know, Thayne, what do you think?
So I'm different.
Okay.
I want my gloves crazy tight.
Okay.
I love to being able to feel. So I should be in an extra large, but I typically will get larges.
Okay. Well, I guess
it all depends on what we're talking about, though, too.
Right.
I mean, if we're talking about the sun gloves that we offer, the UPF protective gloves, I do wear an extra large in that one. When we get into the cold weather, the arid glove, which like this weather we're having is perfect for that. If you're out fishing right now, 1, super jealous. 2, I hope you're wearing arid gloves.
Because they are going to protect your hands. And Mark, to your question, when I wore them when we were in Florida here recently, I did notice one thing, 2 things I really like. 1, not only did they protect my hand good, 2, it was easier to handle a fish. And I think whenever it's easy to handle a fish, it's also better for the fish. So that's why a lot of the times you'll see me wearing the gloves. It's just because I think it's better on the fish. We're going to talk some more with Thayne Jensen. We're going to go for my 2-minute break, which I usually, like Chuck Woolery used to say for us old guys. We will be back. There you go. And 2 and 2. American Tackle is home to the award-winning microwave line control system. Rod blanks to reel seats, ferrules to finish, grips to guides. They're committed to the very best in rod building components. Find out more, americantackle.us. With fishing beyond your expectations, indoor and outdoor activities, a vast variety of places to eat, drink, and stay. Discover your next adventure between the bluffs. ExploreLaCrosse.com. Located in Springfield, Illinois' largest selection of sports and sportswear, hunting, fishing, specialty shops and services, a 65-foot Ferris wheel, 16,000-gallon saltwater aquarium, and industry-leading knowledgeable employees. You don't take chances at Shields, ever. Go to shields.com. Believing quality is measured by lifespan and harnessing their unique chemistry and engineering know-how. Dakota Lithium lasts 4 times longer, powering your passion with an 11-year warranty. Find out more, dakotalithium.com.
Slick Fish Radio with Jim Crowley can be seen and heard on Roku, Fire TV, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iTunes.
Hey, we're back with Thayne Jensen of Blackfish. And, I'm hoping that some of the people are seeing tonight, we're talking about different things that you guys incorporate into your clothing that, in my opinion, is different, more functioning. I don't think I've ever been drier. And I remember hearing Dan Linder say this on an episode of Linder's Angling Edge, and I have to agree with them 100%. I have never been drier, felt drier, not had any leaks than I ever had. My cameraman says the same thing than when we're in Blackfish gear. That is really true to life, keeping you dry technology. I think it's absolutely incredible. Whatever you guys have put together and everything with the event and everything else, just keep doing it, man. Because right now I love that stuff.
Heck yeah. I did have my lovely assistant, my wife, bring me she brought me an angler shirt here. I don't know if we're going to be able to show this, and then I can explain some of that technology.
Go right ahead.
I'm going to get it up there. Can you see it decent?
Real good.
Oh, perfect.
Real good.
So you see how that material on this shirt, this is our cool charge technology that you're going to find in all of our UPF shirts, okay? What's cool about this is you'll notice, now this is the inside that you're seeing. I've got it turned inside out. This shirt, only about 50% of the garment is actually on your skin or on your body. So right out of the chute, it feels light on your body. It feels lightweight. You'll notice the little air pockets. We're going to get to that. The part of the material that is touching your body is cool charge. It's moving moisture. It is wicking moisture away from your body, but it's not just staying in that location. It's moving it around the garment to reduce your moisture level. The indents that you see of the parts of the material that's not touching your skin, okay, that little cavity, well, that just traps air, which helps speed up the evaporation process. So realistically, folks, what you're talking about there is it's a swamp cooler that you wear on your body. Not everyone here in the Midwest understands or knows what a swamp cooler is, but It literally is pulling the moisture away from the area, away from wherever it is you're perspiring. And it may be the whole shirt, right?
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's moving it all over so that it can dissipate faster through evaporation, which is your body's natural cooling process anyway. So we're cooling you, we're keeping you dry, and we're protecting you from the sun. Now that Angler material, that Angler cool charge material, there is a 30 plus UPF rated. We offer it in the same shirt I'm wearing right now. This is still cool charged with the Prime 1. You can a little tighter when it's on my skin, but you can see.
Yep.
Same thing going on there. This is a 50 UPF. So super highly technologically sound material. And I realize I sound like a little bit of a used car salesman explaining all that, but what I can tell you is this. When you experience it, once you've experienced it, Jim, I know you have, I know your cameraman has, as have many others, you get it. You're like, oh my goodness, this just happened.
When we're in Miami and it got to be 90 something degrees by 11 o'clock in the morning, fishing peacocks back in those canals, and there's no breeze, there's nothing. All right. And he even made the comment to me, he's like, this is really comfortable. And I'm like, yeah. And when we were talking about the Gators before, they have that cool charge technology in it too. And what I really like are when it's around your neck, I always wondered why it felt a little bit lighter. And you make perfect sense when you go think about that, because of that technology. 50% less actually touches your body compared to everything else. And I want to make sure that people know this. On a lot of tags on Blackfish gear, it says wash me. This is not, I'm going to tell you again, this is not a chemical. This is a fabric. So you're not going to be able to wash this stuff. You can't wash the technology out of this apparel. It can't be done. So you can wear it as many times you want, wash it when you want, and that technology is going to be there. And it basically just gives room for your skin to breathe with that technology, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is crazy. And you do make a very good point. I mean, there's a lot of chemical cooling options on the market. There's a lot of performance, stuff out there on the market, and moisture wicking and this and that. Well, at the end of the day, everything wicks moisture, but what is it doing with it?
All right.
Most of the time, the answer is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're just wet.
Right.
So that's what I think is so super cool about this. There's nothing in our products that makes them do what they do. It's the secret sauce is the materials that we've been able to source that allow us to be the Blackfish of the industry. We're just doing it different, but better.
And the thing, there's something else I want to bring up too, is that, and I'm sure a lot of guys who follow BASS and follow some of the trails, you're seeing a lot more of the pros, a lot more personalities switching to Blackfish. There's a reason for that. And one of the reasons that I'm really proud to be associated with them is they support our sport. I was watching the Elite Series the other day, and there's Blackfish again. There's 2 or 3 guys on the Elite Series they're putting the gear out there so people can see and so people can experience how good this stuff is. But we've always been proud to associate with companies that put back into the sport. And I'm sure you guys get a reward from that, because you get to hear from a lot of guys who are putting gear out there, fighting the elements more so than other people would on a regular basis, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, our Elite Series anglers, as well as our other, the other circuits that are out there, provide us with just a ton of feedback, as do local guides, guys that fish every day. One of our early people testing the product, not even a pro, not even, just a kind of a friend of the brand, right? Met him at the Forest Wood Cup a few years ago, and the guy was on the water all day, every day. He was driving around mapping lakes in the South. He thought cold was 40 degrees, but you put a rain suit on the guy and he layers up with his, Zenith jacket and maybe a Gale hoodie. And he's like, this stuff is incredible. So I don't know if you saw it. He had his original Zenith jacket, which he still wears to this day, at the Classic. And he brought it just to show me. He was out on the water so much the shoulders had faded.
Wow.
I mean, a black a black garment. The shoulders had started. I mean, and I've not seen that in any of our products before. But there again, dude's on the water, every day, all day long. That's
And it's
his
an
job.
original.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
an
his
original.
job.
Now, here is a question we don't get all the time. This is from Mark Dyer. It says, how does it move over a hairy body? Some of these lightweight shirt prints tend to let hair through the threads and it catches or pulls. Hey, Mark, I'm telling you right now, from a hairy Italian, I'm just telling you, it's worked okay. It's worked okay with me. And
Yeah.
because you know what, I've had that in the past. Now that you've mentioned it, Mark, I don't know why you brought that up, but that's just a really bad image. But on the other hand, I'm glad you did, because no, I have not experienced that. So you'll probably be in good shape as well. And he just gave us a thumbs up. So
Perfect.
hey, Thayne, before you go, and I appreciate you being on tonight and explaining things. That one thing I love about Slickfish Radio is whether we have pros or people from the industry, we like to explain things and tell them why things work, why we use them, not that it's just a fishing show. And I think you did an absolutely awesome job of that, and I really do appreciate it. I'm looking forward to. I know there's more exciting things coming out down the road for Blackfish, and I bet you guys are pretty excited about it. You don't have to say everything, but I'm sure there's some good stuff that you guys are going to be pretty excited about.
Oh, I mean, we just launched Stormskin,
right?
And that's the stuff that I've kind of replaced the old Zenith with. I still wear my Zenith, but our Stormskin lineup of soft shells, the bibs, the pants, the Gale hoodie, the full zip Stormskin jacket. Essentially, we've taken that high nap thermal snare fleece and found a way to make it free hanging. The soft shell jackets and Gale hoodies we've had in the past were all waterproof material. We just couldn't call them a waterproof garment because the seams, we weren't able to tape the seams with that bonded thermal snare fleece. We found a way to make the fleece free hanging. Boom. It allows us the opportunity to tape those seams and create a perfectly awesome waterproof garment. I'm telling you what, we nailed it out of the park with these things. The warmest, driest, most comfortable thing I've ever worn. Jamie Hartman can't talk enough about good stuff about him. At times I'm like, Jamie, all right, that's enough. I know you love him, but
him and I were talking about it in the booth. He stopped in at a raffle booth over there, and so we talked a little bit. Super nice guy, nice guy. Yeah, and just another great guy to be on the team that you're working with. He's fantastic. Hey, before we let you go, do me a favor. Let everybody know all the social media outlets where you can be seen, besides being seen on our page all the time. Please let them know where they can find Blackfish.
Absolutely. It's going to be blackfishgear.com is our website. Social media, we're going to be right there. It's going to be Blackfish Gear, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. I apologize, I wasn't prepared. I don't believe it's anything other than Blackfish Gear. Look us up. We've got a very, very active social media page. We got a guy behind the scenes, Drew Aspinwall, as well as some other folks and companies working on that stuff that just absolutely crush our social media stuff. So we're super excited about that. And you know what? We like to use submissions from our fans as well. So, we'd love to hear from you. If you pick up some new Blackfish gear and you're super jacked and love what it does for you, let us know. Tell your friends. We're super excited to get you on board.
Yeah, and anybody here in Illinois, I know there is some more Blackfish gear coming to Shields. If you have other places that you want it, ask your dealer about it. You can always email me and ask me some questions if you want. If I don't know the answer, I immediately will talk to Blackfish and we will get an answer for you. You can just go to their website and find out information as well. Thanks so much, but I appreciate you taking your time. Go enjoy some rest tonight. I know you've been on the road like crazy. And thanks a lot. And I'll look forward to talking with you soon. And hopefully maybe next month, if you're free, we may see if you want to hook up for a day of smallmouth fishing with us.
I could probably, do that.
We're gonna be right there. I may have to just drive by and knock.
Heck, we'll take my boat. I don't care.
All right, man. Well, have a great rest of the night. Thank you
so much.
God bless you, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Thayne Jensen from Blackfish. I love we are so blessed at Jim Crowley Outdoors to work with so many awesome Awesome companies. Not just the ones you see here on Slickfish Radio, but the fantastic companies I have on Jim Crowley Outdoors. And I want to tell you all, just so you know, if you're new and you haven't seen any of it, you can catch my show, Jim Crowley Outdoors, on Wired to Fish TV. And that is Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. So, and you can also, if you have Plex, okay, if you have Plex, or look for the Plex app, it's free. Put the Plex app on your phone and you can watch everything on Wired to Fish. It's going to be coming in the near future. You're only 24/7, all fishing network, and we are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So look for some more great things to be coming from Wired to Fish TV. Again, I want to thank all our sponsors tonight for American Tackle Company, Explore Lacrosse, Shield, Springfield, Illinois, and of course, we are powered by Dakota Lithium. I want to thank all of you tonight, as always. I tell you this every episode we have this, and I sincerely mean it. I'm very grateful for all of you. Thank you for making this show bigger. Thank you for showing it off to a broader audience. And thank you for helping us grow. I'm seeing some more comments coming in. As always, after the show, I will be on Jim Crowley Outdoors answering some additional questions if you have any. Thank you again for your comments. We got some great guests, and I mean some really cool guests coming up in the near future. So make sure, if you haven't liked us yet on social media, like us on Jim Crowley Outdoors, also on Instagram. Again, watch for us on Wired to Fish TV Monday through Friday at 4, and Slickfish Radio right here on Roku, Fire TV, and other affiliate channels. Thank you so very much. God bless y'all. Have a wonderful night. See you soon.